land between two rivers, Mesopotamia, was a fertile ground for civilization. Around 1800 BCE, a new power arose, Babylon. From this city would emerge a king who would shape not only its kingdom, but the very concept of governance for centuries to come. His name was Hammurabi, not a mythical hero, but a man of administration, ambition, and the architect of one of the first comprehensive legal systems in history. We see him not just as a conqueror, but as a system builder. Before Hammurabi, Mesopotamia was a collection of competing city-states. Hammurabi ascended the throne, inheriting a kingdom still vulnerable to its neighbors. He was not born the ruler of a vast empire, but had to build one. His early reign was spent protecting Babylon's borders using diplomacy and military might in equal measure. His focus was not just on great conquest, but on consolidating the territory he held. He developed a strong army equipped with bronze weapons. The Babylonian army was well organized with specialized units including chariots, infantry, and archers. Hammurabi's military efforts were purposeful. He did not seek chaotic expansion but rather stable control. Through a series of carefully planned campaigns, he systematically brought other city-states under his authority. He targeted important political and economic centers, carefully incorporating them into his realm. He not only conquered but also rebuilt infrastructure such as irrigation canals to better support the economy in his rule. His victories reshaped the political landscape of Mesopotamia. The land under his control became a unified kingdom ruled by a single authority. What distinguished Hammurabi was his commitment to establishing clear legal standards. He did not leave justice to the whims of local rulers. His famous code, inscribed on a huge stone stele, was intended to be publicly displayed. It was not an innovation but the most extensive legal system seen to date. The code contains rules for a variety of areas: commerce, family, property, and crime. It establishes procedures for legal disputes and determines punishment. The principle of an eye for an eye, while present, was not the sole basis of the code. Punishments often varied depending on social status. This was not a perfect system by today's standards, but it was a monumental step toward creating a structured legal framework. The Code of Hammurabi provided stability, predictability, and set the tone for future civilizations. Hammurabi was not only a lawgiver, he was also a capable administrator. His government kept detailed records. He standardized weights and measures, facilitating trade. He oversaw the construction of temples and public works. He established a network of administrators to run his kingdom. These practices ensured consistent and more predictable rule over his kingdom. This efficient system allowed for economic growth and political stability. He was a builder, not only of walls and cities, but of systems designed to outlast him. His administrative practices further established his control over vast regions. Hammurabi's rule shaped the course of Mesopotamian history. He unified a land fractured by rivalries. He established the principles of law. And although his empire did not last forever, his impact on the concept of law and administration is undeniable. He serves as an example of how one person, through dedication and strategic thinking, can establish a change in the course of civilization. He was not simply a king, but a founder.